All you gotta do is pull up here. You know, you wanna join me? Pull up and join me. You know what I'm saying? Pull right up here and you can join me. I'm on live.
Yeah, talk that shit. Yeah.
We're here, baby. Pull up.
Know what's up?
211, never here.
Know what's up, y'all?
You know what I mean? We're here, baby. J1 pulling up. He went home. You know, after the gym, he wanna go get flea.
Man, they really went in on him with those lyrics. They didn't hold back at all. But let's be honest, it all goes back to Jim. He always feels like he has to prove something. Like he needs to be the loudest one in the room, whether he's saying wild stuff in interviews, posting flashy pictures on Instagram, or rapping like he's trying to teach someone a lesson. Jim Jones has been doing the most lately. And now, it's all coming back to hurt him. Over the past few years, Jim's been working non-stop, trying to change how people see him, first as a Harlem rapper, then as some street leader, then a businessman, and now he's even trying to be seen as a fashion icon.
Jim will be out of business after August 3rd, so I'm practicing the weatherman. As you can see, I'm in Harlem, New York. What up, Harlem? I love y'all, you know, but I shit don't go that fast, okay? But anyway, I just want to say, after August 3rd, I'm going to be the new weatherman. If I ain't gonna be it, Kiss is gonna fill in, or we're gonna have to do this shit together. But August 3rd, after August 3rd.
But with all those changes, people started to question Jim, like, is he really genuine or just acting for attention and camera time? That's exactly what Jadakiss and Styles P have been calling out. They didn't even have to say his name as soon as Styles said, "You can't buy street respect, you have to earn it." Everyone knew who he meant. That line hit hard like a surprise punch. It doesn't matter how many flashy chains Jim wears or how many songs he puts out, he still doesn't have the same respect that Jada and Styles have earned over the years. You can't buy that kind of respect. It comes from real experiences, not social media likes. The truth is, Jim is always in grind mode, constantly talking like he runs New York or starting drama. Just to stay in the spotlight, it's like he doesn't know how to stay peaceful after the Locks completely destroyed Dipset in that VERZUZ battle. Jim should have just accepted the loss quietly, but no, he came back throwing shade, talking slick like Dipset didn't even care about that night. Let's be real, everyone remembers when Jadakiss shut the whole stage down by himself.
I didn't start it. They asked me how I felt about what was said about me on another platform from some other people. You know, I'm not a troublemaker.
Jim Jones, Styles P, let's talk about it. VERZUZ started out as how much body of work you got, how many dope-ass singles you got, right? Then it grew, it progressed into having levels to this shit. It's sort of like boxing. You think you're gonna mash somebody the out until them lights come on, it's a different story. Styles P said, I'm a barsmith. It's levels to this shit. Meaning, look, I could go on my bag with singles.
That moment showed everyone who's really on top. Now Styles P and Jadakiss are making it even clearer with this latest shot at Jim. They didn't hold back at all. Jim's trying to do too much. He wants to be the street guy, the rapper, the fashion dude, and the businessman all at the same time. But now it's starting to look fake. Styles P even said it in a recent interview. Jim's whole vibe feels forced, and that hit hard. Because Jim made his name by being real and true to Harlem, not by doing flashy things just to look good. When someone like Styles P calls you out for being fake, that really means something. Back in the day, Jim was respected in the streets. He wasn't just rapping, he was really out there living it. But somewhere along the way, he gave that up for designer clothes, fashion shows, and showing off in fancy cars, like he traded his hustle for a social media influencer lifestyle. And everyone noticed the change. Jadakiss and Styles P didn't come at him just to start drama. This is about real people calling out someone who's not keeping it real anymore. These two built their name by making real music, staying true, and never chasing trends. So when they see Jim trying to go viral all the time instead of focusing on quality music, of course they're going to speak on it. Jim's always jumping on what's popular, like he's desperate to stay in the spotlight. But the Locks, they're the real deal. No gimmicks, just skill, loyalty, and respect. Meanwhile, Jim's out here doing silly stunts instead of dropping serious tracks. That's why the older legends are looking at him sideways right now. The streets remember who's real and who's just pretending. So what started all this again? Jim Jones went on some podcasts and started acting like he runs the whole New York rap scene. He even said he's bigger than some real legends, and people didn't like that at all. It rubbed everyone the wrong way. Like, seriously, who told this man he was king?
Jim Jones. Yeah.
You know, yeah, he's been in a few fights.
Has he won any?
I believe so.
Oh, really? Which one?
They say he beat up
Baby mama or something like that?
Nah, he beat up dude at the restaurant.
Who, the cook?
Let me see.
I don't even think he's from Harlem, tell you the truth.
You don't think he's from Harlem?
Nope. I think they never talk about him being in Harlem. I think he's from North Bronx or some shit.
You know, he claims a blood gang out there.
Britney Spears claims a blood.
At first, Jadakiss didn't say anything, but even his silence said a lot. Then out of nowhere, he clapped back with a smooth response that got the whole internet talking. Jim Jones keeps acting like he's already made it to the top. But here's the truth: you can't crown yourself just because you hype yourself up. You need real classic hits, hard work, and love from the streets to earn that title. And when Jada hit him with numbers don't lie, that was a calm but powerful mic drop. People still remember that VERZUZ night like it just happened, and Jim still hasn't lived down that loss. Then Styles P jumped in and said it clearly: if you have to put someone else down to make yourself look better, that's weak. How can you call yourself royalty if you're trying to tear down people who already proved themselves? He was never really made for this from the start, and just like that, the whole conversation about respect and legacy got flipped upside down.
I think Jim was trolling. So I don't have much to say about it because I don't believe that Jim Jones believes that he's a better rapper than Nas, Pusha T, and Styles P. Yeah. I think he's an icon in terms of the fashion shit. And yeah, but we got to stop the train at somewhere.
Nas is a good place to stop that.
Nas is a great place to stop that train for anybody.
Yeah.
When you start naming specific people,
I'm not mad at that.
It feels weird to me. Also, he doesn't have more Billboard entries than Nas. That's the other
I didn't check it.
Yeah, Jim Jones has style and hustle, but when it comes to Jada and Styles P, they have something he can't fake: respect and realness. They didn't have to keep shouting, "I'm the king of New York" every week. The culture gave them that crown naturally because they earned it. Meanwhile, Jim is still out here chasing likes and attention, always posting on Instagram. Let's not act like this beef came out of nowhere. It's been building for years, even before that VERZUZ battle meltdown. They've been throwing sneaky disses in freestyles, tweets, and interviews for a long time. Back then, people called it just rap politics, but now it's clearly serious. Jada and Styles have been watching. In one of their IG lives, Styles even said that some rappers perform more for Instagram than for their own people. And everyone knew he was talking about Jim. Now Jim's whole vibe feels fake. All flashy clothes and loud energy, but it doesn't touch your soul. Jada stays cool and calm, saying clearly, "We don't compete with gimmicks. We compete with real bars." That's a whole different level. While Jim's out here taking selfies in designer stores, the Locks are dropping lyrics that hit hard and tell the truth. The difference between them is huge, and fans are starting to pick sides. You can feel the tension rising. Now don't get it wrong, Jim is talented. But when everything he does feels like a brand deal or promotion, the music starts to feel less real, especially when you compare it to Jada and Styles. To true legends who let their music speak for them. This isn't about who's popular this week. This is about legacy. And right now, Jim's legacy is looking shaky while the Locks are aging like fine wine, getting better, stronger, and more respected with time. What makes things even worse? Jim keeps acting like it's all fun and jokes, but the way Jada and Styles talk, they're dead serious. There's a difference between friendly beef and a real call-out. And Jim crossed that line when he kept throwing shade after that VERZUZ loss. In one post, he even tried to say Jada and Styles were just hating on him because he was winning. But winning what exactly? Jada has platinum records, real respect, and bars that still shake the game. Styles P still has massive support from the streets, dropping classic verses and running businesses like his juice bar while still killing it in music. That's what real wins look like, no filter. Meanwhile, Jim's chasing clicks and clout, and the Locks, they see everything, so do the fans. Jim used to get a lot of love for being raw and real, but even some of his oldest Dipset fans are saying he's turned into a gimmick and forgot what made people love him in the first place. In hip-hop, being real is everything. Jada and Styles don't need to be loud, they let their actions speak. When Jim tries to downplay their success, it just makes him look worse. That's why their words hit so hard, because it's the truth a lot of people already feel. And let's talk about that VERZUZ loss again. Jim keeps trying to spin it like Dipset just didn't take it seriously or weren't prepared. But come on, nobody's buying that. Jada turned into a monster that night, and the world saw it. That wasn't just a show, it was a powerful moment. The Locks came in sharp, focused, and ready. Dipset looked like they were still recovering from a night out. Jim's been trying to do damage control ever since, like changing the story will make people forget. But Styles P said it best: you can't remix what the crowd already lived. That energy in the building was legendary, and Jim trying to act like it didn't matter? That just makes him look even worse. He wants people to think it was just one bad night, but it's bigger than that. It's about staying great over time. Jada and Styles are still in the studio, still writing bars that hit hard. Meanwhile, Jim is treating rap like a side hustle while focusing more on crypto and fashion. But hip-hop has a long memory, and when you take a major loss and act like it never happened, it doesn't just hurt your image, it hurts your entire legacy. It's hurting his respect. Even his new songs aren't doing much to help. The videos look flashy. He's showing off money and style, but the lyrics feel empty, no real meaning. No real impact, just surface-level hype that fades fast on social media. And that whole Jim versus Nas talk, nobody believed that was even serious. Nas is a legend, he earned his spot with deep, timeless lyrics. Jim's not even close to that level. Let's be honest, Jim isn't even in the same league. Most of what he says doesn't compare to what Nas gave the game, let's be real. Hip-hop fans act like they forgot there are levels to this. You don't play around with someone like Nas's legacy, it's not even a fair fight, and deep down, everyone knows that. Jim keeps talking about respect and legacy, but look at Jada. He's still dropping fire bars that shake the internet, and he's doing it with no promotion. Just pure skill. He and Styles P bring that raw, real rap, no tricks. No fake stuff, just hard work and talent. They earned their names through real lyrics, not trends. Styles even said it himself. Some people build bridges, others build brands, and only one of those really lasts. Jim's focused on being a brand now, and that's fine, but the music has to be just as strong, and it's not. Fans notice, it might look good on the outside. But if the bars don't hit, it's all just style with no meaning instead of dropping strong verses. Jim is out here posting shots on Instagram and showing off his designer clothes like it's a fashion show. That's influencer stuff. And yeah, that's cute for social media, but in hip-hop, that doesn't earn you real respect. This isn't just personal beef anymore, it's a cultural battle, old school realness versus new school image. Jim's trying to do everything. Rapper, influencer, businessman, fashion guy, but Jada and Styles don't need all that. Just give them a mic and they'll take over, that's true power. And now it's getting even more clear. The gap between real and fake is too big to ignore. Jim's got talent, no doubt, but you can't fake heart, and fans are starting to see it. The Locks aren't just winning, they're keeping the bar high. Real lyrics, real respect, real rap. Period. If you're feeling this breakdown, go ahead and like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, share it with your people. And don't forget to subscribe for more real talk like this. We've got more heat coming. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.